smart thermostat this morning, and it got me thinking about how much tech is, just built into our homes now.
Oh, for sure.
But then I came across this report about putting that same kind of tech, like high-grade electronics, into a chicken feed tray.
Right.
And my first reaction was just, why?
It does sound a little like overkill at first. I mean, we're used to smart farming being these giant million-dollar tractors or massive climate systems.
Exactly.
But this is scaling it way, way down. We're looking at a pitch from a researcher in Algeria, Biyud Mohammed Taib Ben Ahmed.
Okay.
And he's basically betting the future isn't just about the big machines, but about making the individual, the dinner plate itself intelligent.
So this is more than just a fancy food dispenser then. It's described as a full electronic system sitting right there in the feed.
It is, and the claims are pretty ambitious. It's supposed to tackle the two biggest problems in poultry farming: disease and productivity at the same time.
Okay, but the source material is a little cagey on the how, right? It keeps mentioning 3 precise intelligent treatments.
It does.
Do we have any clue what those actually are?
That's the million-dollar question. It's really treated like a proprietary secret, sort of a black box that doesn't spell out, we use UV light or anything like that.
We're just guessing.
We can read between the lines a bit.
Mm-hmm.
By calling them treatments that fight disease and help with feeding, it implies it's an active system.
So not just measuring things?
Exactly. It's likely changing the feed's environment somehow, maybe neutralizing pathogens or even stimulating the bird's appetites electronically.
Which is a huge leap. I mean, usually you're looking at antibiotics or vaccines to fight disease. If this little box can do that without chemicals.
It would be a massive disruption. And that brings us to the numbers. The inventor is claiming a very specific productivity increase of 5%.
Okay, 5%. To most people, that probably sounds like a rounding error.
You'd think so, but in the poultry industry, where the margins are razor thin, a 1% improvement is a big win.
5% is.
5% is game-changing. And what's really interesting is how they break it down. It's not a flat 5. It's specifically a 2.5% gain plus another 2.5% gain.
That's specificity, yeah. That catches my attention. It suggests they've actually measured 2 different things.
It's a good bet the first 2.5% is from better feed conversion. So the chickens get more energy from the same amount of food.
And the other 2.5%.
That's very likely from lower mortality rates, fewer sick birds, and getting a boost in both of those areas at once is extremely rare.
But this is where I start to get a little skeptical. You're taking a piece of sensitive electronics and putting it in a chicken coop.
Right. It's a horrible environment for tech.
You've got dust, ammonia, moisture, and, thousands of chickens pecking at it. How does that survive for more than a week?
That was my first thought, too. But the inventor claims the device is built to last for more than 5 years.
5 years. In a coop.
That's the claim. And if that's true, the durability is almost as impressive as the tech itself. Farmers are used to replacing hardware constantly.
So the ROI on that would be incredible. You're not buying new ones for every single flock.
Changes the whole calculation. And it also claims no side effects, which is a clear shot at the chemical alternatives.
No withdrawal periods for the meat, no residue in the eggs, that kind of thing.
Precisely. It's a clean intervention.
So let's assume it all works. The tech is real, the box survives. How does a farmer even get this? Is this something only a massive corporate farm could afford?
Actually, the pitch seems to be aiming for the exact opposite. It's all about it being affordable and easy to use.
Yeah, plug and play.
Plug and play farming, yeah. The idea is you don't need a whole new barn or an IT team. You just swap in the device. He even claims marketing outlets are set up worldwide.
That's the really big piece. It sort of democratizes that high-end efficiency.
It does. And that's something we're going to need. Food security in the future is all about squeezing more value out of our resources.
It's such a fascinating shift in thinking. We're going from the smart farm to just smart components, a smart feed tray. But it does make you wonder. If we start relying on a little computer chip to manage the health of our food supply, are we introducing a new kind of risk?
That's the question, isn't it? It's a dependency issue. If you automate the immune system of an entire flock, what happens if the power goes out?
Or the software gets a bug. We might be solving a biological problem with engineering, but then we just inherit all of engineering's problems. Something to think about next time you see a carton of eggs. Thanks for diving in with us.
All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're looking at how a really simple piece of technology could solve some of modern farming's biggest problems. It's a great story about big ideas coming from, well, a pretty unexpected place.
And that really brings us to the core question here.
How can one tiny device actually change a whole global industry? To figure that out, we're going to go right to the source, which, in this case, is the hen house, to see how one clever idea could honestly make a world of difference. Okay, so first things first, let's lay out the problem. If you're a poultry farmer, your entire day, every single day, is this high-stakes balancing act. You've got to keep your flock healthy while also trying to run an efficient and profitable business. And you know, those two things are completely linked. A healthy chicken is a productive chicken. Simple as that. But think about it. Trying to keep thousands of birds healthy when they're all living so close together, that is a huge, huge challenge. Just one outbreak can be totally devastating, and every tiny inefficiency just chips away at profit margins that are already super thin. This is the puzzle every farmer is trying to solve. And that's where our story really gets going. An inventor from Algeria is convinced he's found a direct, practical, and, affordable solution to this exact problem. So let's meet the guy behind all this. He introduces himself like this. I am Beyhoud Mohammed T. Ben Ahmed from Algeria, a researcher, developer, and innovative inventor. So you can tell he's not just some guy tinkering in a garage. He sees himself as a researcher, a developer. And that mix of scientific thinking with hands-on invention is really what pushes this whole thing forward. And here it is, the Smart Electronic Feeding System. It's designed to work for both broiler chickens, those are the ones raised for meat, and for layer chickens, the ones that produce eggs. So we're talking about one device that can help out two major parts of the entire poultry industry. Okay, so how does it actually work? How does this little thing pull off such big goals? Well, the genius of it really seems to be in just how simple it is. The key here is that there's no complicated installation. You don't have to tear apart your farm and buy all new equipment. Nope. The system comes pre-programmed and you literally just drop it right into the feed trays that farmers are already using. That low barrier to entry, that's a huge part of the design. So, once it's in the feed, the device starts doing its thing. It delivers what the inventor calls 3 precise and intelligent treatments. Now, the source material doesn't go into detail about what these treatments are. Could be vitamins, could be medicine, we don't know for sure. But the goal is super clear. Proactively deliver solutions right through the feed to fight off disease, which then boosts the whole flock's productivity. And this slide, this is really cool. It includes notes straight from the inventor and really captures the whole concept. You can see the original Arabic text on the left, and his notes describe the device as a high-efficiency smart technology. The focus is so clearly on getting powerful results with a smart, simple design. So, okay, that's the theory. But what about the results? This is where it gets really interesting, because the inventor is making some pretty specific claims, and he's got numbers to back them up. The big number here is a 5% increase in productivity. Now, 5% might not sound like a ton, but in the world of farming, where margins are everything, a boost like that is a game changer. I mean, we're talking about an industry that feeds billions of people, so a 5% gain at that scale could have a real massive impact on the global food supply. And get this, it isn't just a one-time thing. The device is built to last for more than 5 years. So, this isn't some disposable gadget. It's designed to be a long-term investment that keeps paying off in the health and efficiency of the farm, year after year. All right, so the numbers are impressive for sure. But the big question is, how does this actually hold up in the real world? In the daily grind of a working farm? Because amazing performance doesn't mean a thing if it's not practical. And this is where the inventor's whole design philosophy just clicks. It's not one thing. It's a whole package of benefits aimed right at the farmer. Yeah, it's high performance, but it's also inexpensive. It cuts down on disease, but it's also easy to use. Now, claiming it's 100% practical and totally free of defects, that's definitely bold, but it just shows you what the main goal was: create a reliable, completely hassle-free tool. So when you piece it all together, the mission here becomes super clear. This was never about creating some flashy, complicated piece of tech. It's all about delivering a simple, affordable, and durable tool that gives farmers everywhere the power to make their operations more efficient and more sustainable. And all of this kind of leaves us with a fascinating question, right? If one small smart device can have this much potential inside a henhouse, it really makes you wonder, what other essential, everyday industries are out there just waiting for their own simple, smart tech revolution? Thanks for watching.